Morning. It's a little noisy. Sorry. They've been doing construction of some nature outside my house for days. I don't know what they're doing. This Mercury retrograde season has been about that for me. I don't know what's going on. Doing well with it, I have to tell you. How are you doing with it? My control issues are up for review. So there we are. That's my truth. That's what I'm working with. Okay, so what are we going to work with today? We're going to work with the Herbal Tarot by Tierra and Candice Cantin. So again, I apologize if the ambient noises are distracting. We'll go with what we got. All right. So today is Thursday, July 16th. But wherever and whenever this message finds you, it's the right time for you to hear it. It'll post on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So like, share, and subscribe. Any kind of interaction with the messages, with the videos, and gets it out there and anywhere. But we, again, don't know. We don't know where these seeds need to be planted. I don't script any of this, so all on the fly. If there is someone who you feel should directly hear this message, send it to them. Step out on that ledge and send it to them. You don't know how it's going to land, what they actually need to hear, but if you feel the guidance to do that, take the emotional risk, right? When we do that, we could risk being rejected or yelled at or whatever, but we don't know. Just, you did it from a caring, if your motivation is from really a truly caring place. That's all you need to know. Okay, first, High Priestess. That's all you need to know. Major Arcana, peonies. Oh, love that. Love peonies. It's no longer peony season, but they were gorgeous this year. High Priestess, typically she has the white and the black pillars. And if you look at traditional tarot, you'll see that they're white and black, but she stands in between. What's the space in between? Can we look at things from a black and white perspective? Can we take out, can we come to that emotional remove? I keep meditating on the Wild Tarot, and how, combining our faculties and really standing on the promises of God, or whatever is your higher almighty, whatever is higher and bigger than you, whatever is that place that you anchor on for that higher wisdom, the higher wisdom of the High Priestess, being self-possessed, knowing that you have access to that at any time. She knows. Her eyes are closed. In the decadent we used the other day, her eyes weren't closed, but you have the higher wisdom. You have access to that at any time. This is the High Priestess. Again, it's a feminine energy, so it's looking at things with that soft focus, being very circumspect. These are also depictions of the pillars to the entrance of the Temple of Solomon, very wise kingdom, who what he asked for was to have wisdom, the wisdom to be a good and wise ruler. he got many riches from having access to that wisdom. Things, so any kind of material needs were provided for. But keep it simple. Meditation, taking the time to slow down, to hear the higher wisdom, to sift through it before making decisions, those are wise. The knee-jerk reactions that we do are never, we usually come at that with regret. She's covered in blue. Blue is a color of being receptive. She also has a blue background of water and mountains behind her, of earth and the emotional elements. So she's taking all of these elements in for consideration. Three of Cups. Trillium. An enjoyment of life, an enjoyment of being in community. Three, the number of belief, of knowing there's a higher philosophy, there's a bigger picture. And we have, they're on the ground. So even though this is a water, Cups is the water element, emotions, feelings, intuition. Celebrating where we are right now, not letting the moment pass us by. Sure, there are larger things at play, and we have the wisdom to meet those, but and be wise enough to see that now is great too. Final card, Knight of Wands. Aconite. It's a poisonous herb, actually. This is an individual going out on the king's orders, acting on your agenda, acting on the messages of, these are the things I want to go for, so I'm acting upon them. I'm going out into the world. I'm taking this out. I'm taking the messages. I'm taking the orders, and I'm going out from here. Knight of Wands. It can be a person who, if used as any energy, can be used as a a little more bravado than is necessary. Let's look up what aconite is, because I want to make sure that that's a poisonous wand. If not, anything but poisons can actually also be useful too, right? Aconite must be used only in a special detoxified form. So yeah, going out. So being real about what, being careful with your element. You have to be careful with the element. You can't just go, this is I love this. So great. Available in Chinese pharmacies or in minute homeopathic doses. Metabolic stimulant, excellent for low metabolism, coldness, or arthritic and rheumatic complaints. Yeah, could be hot, so, it's summer. We can get a little agitated, right? So when you're feeling agitated, not the time to act. That's what I was saying. Like, use your higher wisdom. Is this the time to act? Use a path of inquiry that is available to you. Is this the time to act? Why am I acting? Why do I feel the need to act in this way? Taking yourself through that exercise in order to be in this more, celebratory kind, in this community type of place, taking into consideration the feelings of others. We don't need to people please, right? And which can stultify our action, our go, our drive. That's not, if you find that you are in a place of people pleasing, again, that's another place to stop, because that needs to be understood as well, and a more correct action will come up for you. And it may not come up immediately. Being patient, being patient, relaxing, enjoying the now, rather than feeling the need to, do things like, I have a doctor's appointment this afternoon. I'm considering going back to work. This may not be the right time for a variety of reasons. So I'm going to get some information, compare that with my own wisdom that I've been building up. And in the meantime, have a great day. Ace of Swords. Seven of Swords. Again, coming up again at the bottom of the deck, Seven of Swords. That can be, definitely combined. If there's that Seven of Swords energy that we've got, that we have the opportunity to deal with here or work with, that might be, again, sometimes Seven of Swords, I'm going to go after things that are sparkly. Use the wisdom that can come from a Seven of Swords to, anchor on spirit. Seven is the number of spirit, of higher divine wisdom. So all of that is available to us. This is belief system. I believe that things are fine now. I believe that things are fine now, and I can do with what I have in a very simple way, rather than, going for something too soon, too fast. That kind of thing. Yeah. Plantain, justice card here. Something is being justified and brought into balance in a truthful way. We must look at the truth. Even, we know the truth. Take the time to go within, even though she's got her eyes closed. Page of Swords. So, there are some things on the deck requiring some introspection, being aware of what's going on, enjoying what we have, and maybe scaling back a little bit to be a little more simple. Like, none of these women are fancily dressed. They're all in regular garb, but yet they're still having a great time in a soft, gentle, receptive way, receiving, knowing that all will be well, all will be well, all will be well, all is well, and all will be well. And yeah, and so of the things in the past as well. Everything's coming to some sense of healing in the right doses. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you. Enjoy the reading. Again, do any kind of commentary with the video, and that gets it out to the people who need to hear it today. Have a great day. Thank you.